Welcome back to Regular Guys Outdoors and Turkey Trippin' 2022. I'm still in Tennessee and I've got a day and maybe a morning left to hunt because otherwise I've got to start heading out and getting over to Phil's for North Carolina. This morning I'm heading up the back side of the hill where I walked down the previous night after being cold and shivering on the top of this hill. I'm going back up in the dark.
Alright, I'm right in here near the top and I just got my first gobble. Not sure where it was, so I'm gonna get on the top proper. I got deer running away from me. Holy crap. The one I just heard is not in my zip code. Alright, I'm standing here putting my camo on, dropping a layer because it's really humid and still. We got one much closer. I was on the face of this finger ridge last night, and he's somewhere not too far from that. We're gonna see if we can't sneak down a little bit. There he is. We don't have a lot of darkness to work with. In fact, it's not really dark at all. I know the camera's pretty dim. So, we've got a little bit of cedar between us and him. So we're gonna use that. I don't want to talk to him quite yet. I don't want him looking this direction. I can't tell if there's several in that direction or if he's just turning and gobbling in different directions. We're gonna end up pretty close by the time we get through these cedars. I think he's across from me. I'm pretty sure he's talking to me. We'll listen for a fly down. Man, I would love for him to come up on this little saddle. All he needs to do is just pitch down, walk up. He's over there just a goblin. So it's a good morning. There he goes. I just need him to come over here. That was like 3, pretty close together, so I'm going to give him another. I'll shut up for a couple minutes at least. Sounds like I may have some hand competition. Got ourselves a little love triangle. You better not go to that hussy. Well, he's still on the limb. He went quiet for a couple minutes. Scared me. Boy, things went quiet there for about 10 minutes and I got scared. He either was coming and I had no idea where he was, or he just left, but he just gobbled up in that spot. There he is. the right from where the roost was. So I don't know what that was. Maybe it wasn't him that pitched over here. If all my stuff is correct, he's actually moving kind of toward the field. Interesting. I feel like he's actually looping in front of where I was. Maddening. Maddening. This bird is killing my soul. I can't tell if he's going up or down. Moving away, coming closer. His volume keeps changing. Now it almost sounds like he's back where he was this morning on the limb. His last gobble was either really far away or he's over the backside. There's a big drainage right here, big bottom that connects to the field. I'm kind of running on the assumption that's the field bird from last night, because the field ain't that far up here. And when they left the field, they came in this direction. So I'm going to try to drop off and get closer to the field, but in that bottom, and hopefully intercept him and some hens. I tell you what, this is the kind of deer trail I wish I could find while I'm deer hunting. I mean, it is just beat down in here.
Eventually I just make my way over toward the field where I saw that strutter yesterday, and I ran into a guy there. He's already got a spot prepared. He knows that there's turkey tracks all in the area, and so what we're doing is he's going to sit in his spot he's already prepared, and I'm going to sit over in this corner. We both got decoys out, and the plan is to really just sit there the rest of the evening, and hopefully that guy comes out again and goes to one of us. We're about 125 yards apart, so that guy should come to one of us. That sit started getting pretty long, and I ended up with a bad attitude because of something that happened, and I thought it was the other guy, but it turns out it wasn't. So it was just happenstance, and so I had a bad attitude for no reason. 90 minutes or so after that incident that I'll explain a little bit later, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours after that, so I'm sitting there with a bad attitude for a while, I hear footsteps at my 6 o'clock. So I turn on my head camera and my gun cam. The steps start coming around to my left, so from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I can see 2 hens heading toward the field, and I see 1 bird lagging behind. Eventually, through all this junk, I see a beard and a red head. I know it's hard to see, you can't see through that junk, and with the sun shining, all you see is the bright leaves. For some reason, I did not put in a mouth call. And it also helps if you go ahead and take that gun off safe.
pouring blood out of his head. Folks, my attitude this afternoon has been quite poor. It's quite sideways. Put this down for a minute. Well, folks, we finally got it done on the last evening we were going to hunt Tennessee. I was going to hunt tomorrow morning, and that was going to be it. Got us a nice Longbeard right here. Could be the guy from last night because he had 2 hens with him. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I heard footsteps in these leaves, really loud actually. And I actually thought it was that guy coming over to say he was leaving or something. But I decided I didn't want to move or look, so I just sat still. And then I turned on my head camera and I heard movement behind me. Not just to my side, but right behind me. So I just froze, stayed still. Finally, those hens moved up and they saw the decoy and they like ran into each other. Stopped, did not want anything to do with going out in the field right there. Turned and came this way. Well, then I hear the thing behind me start moving that direction. So I look and I can see, okay, those 2 are definitely hens. They're slick chest, little gray heads. And I look at the other one and it's walking away from me. I'm like, I can't tell. So as the bird turned quartering away, I saw the Longbeard. And I couldn't do anything because he was behind all this brush as he's leaving. So he got into this opening and my spot is over there. I ranged it with my rangefinder after the fact, obviously, but 45 yards on the dot. So I shot him here. He fell. Completely lights out, and that's why I shoot those TSS shells. I know they're $10 a piece, but that shot I just made you could not do with any lead load. I'm not saying TSS is supernatural or magical, but I had a gap right where he was, and I didn't have a mouth call in, so I was trying to get him to stop and try to do some kind of turkey noise with my lips. I'm already bad enough with a mouth call. Now I'm trying to do it with nothing. So he stopped and was looking. I tried to shoot and the trigger went all the way to the back. I didn't take it off safe. So I'm like, oh crap, the trigger's spongy. Take it off safe and then bang. So that was almost a disaster. I was so broke up and shook up afterwards. The guy came over. I couldn't hardly even talk to him. This guy shook me up bad. Because at about, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock, I was sitting over there and I heard a cluck. So I just didn't move. And I heard wings flap. So I turned and looked and I expected to see a turkey flying straight up in the air. And instead I see a turkey flying across this body of water behind me. And it's 2 Longbeards running away. I don't know what spooked them. But 2 Longbeards running away, went up the hill over there and left. And so at that point I was like, I'm sitting here for no reason at all. That was the opportunity and it's gone, and I'm not sure why it's gone. I was just sitting there in a spot where there's no way they saw me, because they were at about 50 or 60 yards right over here. They weren't even this close. They were back over here. So I don't know what that was. And then I heard these footsteps. I can't believe it. I'm not going to hunt tomorrow morning. I'm good. I got the 1 bird. Feel a little bit of redemption. I came here to Tennessee because I felt like I left something on the table last year when I got a bird, but it was just dumb luck. And I guess you could say this is probably dumb luck too. That guy was sitting over here. He's about 125 yards from me, but there's a corner of the field between us, of the woods that make a corner in the field, or a reverse corner. So there's a corner here and a corner over by him, and there's a point right here of woods. So we were both just set up.
hoping to maybe see the guy I saw yesterday come out in, because there's tracks out here in the field and all that, and he, you know, he knows the tracks are out here, and so we were just kind of sitting here. So I didn't expect to see a bird come in because I got water all around me. I kind of expected the bird to come from about 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. That's where I was going to see a bird come from. So when these jokers came in at 6 and 7 o'clock behind me, I didn't know what to think. I really thought it was the guy coming over for some reason. Maybe to say he's going to go out and leave this way because his truck's over there, so maybe he was going to come through and leave that way and not walk through the woods that way and potentially booger up birds that way. I don't know what I thought. Or it wasn't him, it was the turkeys. So we're going to get this guy out of here. We're going to sign this video off. Tennessee is done. Heading over to North Carolina to see Phil. Real nice bird. Real nice bird. Real nice bird. He's got a curly beard. Real nice bird. I'll be interested in seeing what he weighs. He's got a little heft on him. He'll be in that 20-pound range for sure.
On my way out, that guy ended up picking me up and let me hop in the bed of his truck and get a ride back to my car.
This will save me close to a mile. All right, we're gonna do a measurement here. Doing weight. $19.9. 19 pounds, 9 ounce. And 3/4. Well, I said I was gonna pull out tonight before I got rained on, and I just finished getting about everything done. I got the bird in the fridge side of the freezer. I still got to vacuum seal them, but I needed to get going because it's starting to rain. Got it done though. Got it done.
So Tennessee was extremely frustrating for a very long time. If it wasn't for that helpful young man that gave me the intel, I probably wouldn't have ever got a bird this year. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.